Okay, so it's been a few days since I made a video, and thought maybe I'd make another one here now that we have babies. So as you can see, we have some baby guppies swimming around. I think there's like 18 or 20 in this tank. It's pretty hard to count them. There's one little guy swimming around. I just vacuumed the substrate out a little bit and gave the tank a little bit of a cleaning, some fresh water. I do that about every 2 days, and it's 10 gallon. Every 2 or 3 days. Let's see if we can find some more babies. These little sponge filters work really good. I got some guppy grass in there from the hide. As you can see, I have another one in there. And this is how I let them have their babies. And the first one, she had her babies in here and she never touched one. She never even offered to eat any of her fry. And as soon as she was done, I put her over into the 30 gallon and I put this one in here with the babies, and she never, this one right here has never ever tried to eat any of the babies, which is quite odd. But there's quite a few babies in here. It's like I said, there's about 18 or 20 in here. It's pretty hard to count them. Pretty hard to clean a tank when you got a bunch of babies in here, but I took a chance with the vacuum. I just took my time and did the best I could. It's pretty hard to work at getting the substrate clean when you only have a 10 gallon tank. You don't want to take a lot of water out. So every time I do water change, every 2 days, 2 or 3 days, I take out about 30% water, and I put it back in, a little bit of stabilizer, half a cap. A lot of babies in the back you can't see. But, oops, the mother in the back there, she is about ready to have babies anytime. I'm gonna zoom in on her. Yeah, she's about ready to have babies. I'd say she'll have them tonight. You can see the little eyes in her belly. She's quite fat. She's just about as fat as the other one we had in here. get her to come out. We also have another female in the 30-gallon. She's going to be having babies, I'd say within another week. So I'm hoping that she would hurry up and have hers. And they can get a little bit of size of babies so I can put her in here. I watched the one guppy have her babies, and we only lost one. It came out and sat on the ground as a little ball. You can see the eyes. Didn't make it, never opened out. Kind of sucked. There was nothing we could do for it. So we only had one fatality. And I don't think she ate any of her babies, so they do eat their babies. They'll only eat one or two and they'll get full anyway, so by the time they start swimming around and make it to the top, they're not interested in eating them after that. So I was kind of hoping that this one to have her babies, this water change would put her in the mood. She's calmed quite down a lot. She's laying over there at the bottom now, hoping she'll have them. But I think she'll have them through the night, which I didn't really want to happen. I wanted to have them through the day so I can watch them for the evening. So that way when she's done, I can get her out as fast as possible. A long time ago I had tanks, fish tanks. I never had any guppies. I think I only had one or two, and I didn't really worry about them having babies because I wasn't really interested in them having babies, so I just left them naturally. I think a lot of them got eaten up because I don't remember having any babies really. I was more interested in getting my angels to have babies, and only out of the batch of angels, I only had like 4 to live. First time ever having them breed. Took a while, takes a long time to skim the pair up. So hopefully she'll have these tonight. It'd be nice to her to have them right now so I can record it. But she swims around in there and never bothers the babies. She'll look at them. She'll swim over and look at them and turn around. They'll even swim past her mouth and she don't even offer. Now all I do is just crush up some really fine flake food and put it in the tank once in the morning and once at night. Try not to feed too much. Water change every other day. And I also test the aquarium with my test kit to make sure the ammonia stays out of it. Because the plants is what would be my worries. When you get your plants looking like that right there, they have a tendency to maybe make some ammonia. And there was a lot. I had to vacuum it out. For the people that uses the hang-on back filters, and you only have a 30-gallon or smaller, I recommend these sponge filters. They work really good. And the thing is, you got this sponge filter going, and you got a quarantine tank. You need to set up really quick, and you got a sponge filter sitting around. Well, you could take the one that's already got the has been in the tank for a while and put into another one, and it's instantly cycled. Doesn't take long at all. Now I had this tank cycled. The first aquarium, I never even told you guys about it. The first 10-gallon aquarium on the side here, on the seam, right here, started leaking on the back side. And what happened was, when they put the tank together, the glass on this side and the glass meeting this glass, there was no silicone in between. And the only thing that was holding the water in was the silicone on the inside. So you could take and move the glass like this, back and forth, and of course it would leak worse as you spread it apart. But we had water leak out of it, and it wasn't a lot. I caught it in time, and thank God it didn't happen through the night. But I had 3 fish in quarantine, and I never even made a video of that. I had to purchase I didn't purchase, it was given to me because One Fish, Two Fish in Moncton made a mistake on the angels they sold us. They said they sold us zebras, blue zebras, and they sold us blue marbles. And my wife wasn't too happy about that, so they apologized and sent up female Bosemani, a male Bosemani, And another angelfish. I think it was a gold something. I can't remember the name of it. And I can show you that here in just a minute. I take it she's not going to have those babies right here right now, so thought she was going to. But she's going to have them very, very soon. I say within the next 24 hours. So let's go take a look at the new fish that I got in the 60 gallon. And oh, I thought I seen one drop. And she's acting kind of weird, so I think she may have her babies within the next couple of hours. And she's right here. So yeah. So I had to go trade the 10-gallon tank in that blew up the seam. At Walmart, they get a 90-day policy. You can take your tank back. I was going to peel all the silicone out of it and reseal it, but after I noticed the seams were not done properly, it wasn't worth my time. So I called Walmart and they said, no, you got a 90-day policy. We have a 90-day policy on them. Bring that back and we'll give you a new one. What's the sense of going out and buying tuba caulking and a caulking gun and all your time and work and resealing a 10-gallon tank when you can go across and get it for $14, the whole tank. But that's what I'll be doing here within the next couple of days, is picking up another couple of them for a quarantine tank and one extra for something, for having babies in. I got some Bosemanies that's still really wanting to have babies, so that'll be coming up soon. Let's go take a look at the new fish. Leave these guys alone. So yeah, I did have the tank sitting over there. Now it's sitting there in the corner. Eventually I'm going to have it installed in here. I'm going to run a power cord in the basement. I'm going to put a light up here underneath. And I'm going to have my tanks all stacked lengthwise. 2, 4, 6 tanks in here. And put a shelf in probably for some stuff, but that's where I'm going to have them for now. Let's take a look and see what we got in here. Show you the new fish. So let's see if we can find some of the new ones. There's one of the new ones right there. That's a new Bosemani male right there. Female, I got them all trained. Look, just tap the glass. Not the glass, but the top. They all come. I think it's feeding time. There's the other angelfish right there. And I'm hoping these two right here paired up because they stay together now. When I first bought the angelfish, I had 3 of these marbles, blue marbles. And these two stay together all the time, and this one was left out. Now these two stay together quite a bit, so I'm hoping I've got 2 pairs. Let's see if we find. There's the other. There's the other female Bosemani right there. She's the one. I had another problem with the big female Bosemani, which is right here. the male was driving her so crazy, he had her stressed out like you wouldn't believe. And she had white stuff on her. She wasn't breathing very well. So I pulled her out and I put her in a 10-gallon. And I had her in there under quarantine. She was being medicated. And she was in that 10-gallon tank for about a week. And she was doing really good. She came out of it. And I purchased 3 new fish. Well, I didn't purchase. They gave me 3 new fish. So I put them right in a 10-gallon with her. Make sure there was no diseases or anything. They were being medicated. They were medicated for 6 days. I knew I should have went longer, but my tank busted, so I had no choice but to put them in this. Took a big chance, but I did it, and everything worked out. Thank friggin' God. That's why it's always good to have an extra tank kicking around somewhere. You just don't know. It was kind of funny when I first put that male Bosemani, this one, in here, in the female. The male blue rainbows, this little guy right here, he was throwing a fit. He started fighting with the male's Bosemani. This guy. And he was basically saying, hey, you stay away from that new female's Bosemani, she's mine. And they were fighting and rolling and going it. And I watched them. They went on for about half an hour. And then they all started schooling together, and that was it. So half an hour of him lighting up his colors and fighting with the Bosemani baby in there. That was all she wrote. So they all get along now. The glowfish. Now, I was going to try to mate or breed these guys, but you don't know what you have for sex. So I was told to go by the eyes. And apparently this one here's got colored eyes. They say it's a female. And the ones with the black eyes are the males. They say the ones that's fat, more rounded, looks like a female. The ones that looks like a torpedo, skinny, is the male. But I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. So there's the blue one. The only thing you can do is put them all in a 10-gallon tank with a little bit of plants and a breeder's mop. Leave them alone, see what happens. But I'd really like to have some of those guys bred so I can have some here for the kids. Give them all their own little 10-gallon tank. I got some family that might want some. But the Bosemanis and the rainbows, dwarf rainbows, they're going to be bred. And these blue rainbows, they're already trying now. I thought they were too small. I'm pretty sure they still are. I'm not 100% on this. I'm new to the rainbows, so I know the angels will be probably not until next fall. But I'll be able to do anything with those guys. But the male and the female big Bosemanis, they will be breeding, I'd say by August. Maybe July. I'm going to give it a try and see what happens. But I need to get some brine shrimp and get my breeder's mops made, boil them, and the way I get away with this tank now, it's all cycled. Well, I shouldn't say it's all cycled, but I feed my fish at night, and as you can see, they're waiting for food now. There they all come. I feed them at night. I give them a little bit. Let them eat it. Give them a little bit more. I do that about 2 or 3 times. Make sure they're all getting some food. And I don't feed them for probably till the next night. And I'll give 1 or 2 days a week. I won't give them any food. I take and turn all my power filters off. I don't turn them off, I just turn them down like that. So I'm sucking no food up into the filter. The wave maker's turned off, and that's going to be on a timer to come on only at the daytime around 12 o'clock and turn off about around 8 o'clock. I had 2 of those wave makers, one there and one down here if you remember, and it was too much. Right now I got a pretty bad theme going on. I got the reef looking stuff in here. I got a castle in here. I didn't do an unboxing. Forgot to tell you about that. And I got some plants over here. So right now my plan is buy 2 of these, take this out, put 2 of them here together with a log coming down and looking like it's smashing through the bridge. And then I'm going to build the waterfalls, sand falls, spewing it into a dish and making it look like the falls is running over the log, all over this, all over that, into the dish. And I'm going to have some rock and stuff in here to basically make everything flow. I'm going to have some bonsai trees coming up and over on each side with lots of moss. It's going to be all moss. It's going to be a planted tank. I'm going to have all kinds of plants in here. Moss. I'm going to have a a planted substrate with grass. I'm going to have up here a floating log. It's going to be suction cup to the back. I'm looking for something in particular to put back here. Probably have to make something. Don't quite know yet what I'm going to do. But right now I'm planting all my plants in here. And I'm going to grow my plants in here what I can. And put them in the 60 as I go when I do my splits. I have to get another light for that tank though. I think I'm going to be buying a new light for the top and using the one that's on top for the 55 gallon that's coming, because that is just not bright enough to reach clear to the bottom. It will be perfect for the 55 though. I also added 2 filters, another filter on the back of this tank. That wasn't a 10 gallon. And I don't use it no more. I use the sponge filter. But I got some tannins going on. You can see, look at the sail on the boat. A lot of tannins was released from the plants. I had a big lily pad here growing. Put a lot of tannins out. I think the grass did. I think all these plants did. I can't wait to receive the sponge filters that goes on these here, because I'm getting grass in them, as you can see. I already got some of those floating lilies, we're going to call it. One's stuck in there right now. I hate floating plants. Never liked them. Floating plants are perfect for sponge filtered tanks. I gotta get a background for this too. I think I'm gonna go with just a black poster board, something on the back. But growing all my plants in here. I got fertilizer in the bottom of the substrate, slow dissolving capsules. There's 25 caps in there right now. I only need to put them in the ground or in the substrate every 3 months. And I'm going to have some liquid fertilizer put in here too as well. So it's going to take a little while to get the plants, get what I want. I know what I want, but right now I'm not rushing anything. That's for sale right now. It's on eBay for $130, free shipping. I got 3 watchers on it, on that right there. Once that's sold, I'm going to buy another one of these, and my logs, hardscape. And I'm going to clean everything up, put them in there, and I'm not going to take this substrate out. I'm just going to push all the substrate over to the sides. And then I'm going to put a dish in there. And I'm going to add my sand. And then I'm going to work everything like everything's going to blend together with the sand, so it's going to look like the water's coming this way out the tank. And this is all going to be planted anyway, so she wants a grassy substrate. The logs laying on the bottom. So it's going to take a while to get this tank done. A lot of money in fish in that tank. Don't want to screw it up. So anyway, you guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe, share. It's a big help. I really need you guys to help me out on getting some subscribers. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing this anyway. Making videos. I still would be doing fish thing, but I just making videos. If there's nobody there watching, I'm not going to bother. But I will be setting up a camera when I do my theme in here with these castles and stuff. I'm going to have a bubbler on this castle, probably on both castles. Just a small round bubbler to go inside to bubble out the tops a little bit. Nothing severe like that. The pipe that's going to come out, PVC pipe, it's going to have a little bit of a bubble to it, spewing out sand down the waterfalls, rocks. And this tank, as you can see, it's a little cloudy because it's going through a bloom now. I had a little problem there with the new tank syndrome, and I'm not going to get into that because everybody knows what that is. If you don't,